Welcome to Community Storytelling. I'm Lissa Kreisler. Linda Lester, thank you so much for sponsoring us. This great set comes to us from Staged by 3 and this incredible artwork behind me. Look how the colors are unbelievable. Jayco's Art House in Los Gatos. So there you go. And this good-looking guy next to me is Santa Clara County Supervisor Mike Wasserman and one of you, Los Gatos resident. How long have you lived in Los Gatos?
Boy, Lisa, since 1972.
1972.
Yeah, 46 years.
So you came up here from LA?
So, no, born in New York, came out here when I was 2, moved to Saratoga from 60 to 72, and then from Saratoga in 1972 to Los Gatos.
So where were you from in New York?
So, White Plains, New York.
Oh my
Westchester,
goodness, relatives there.
There you go.
I was born in the Bronx.
Okay, my dad was with IBM.
Yeah.
And so then he moved out here, data processing, and did that. I grew up here. Went to Bellarmine, and then went off to Santa Clara for a year, and then USC for 3 years, where I met my wife, Kim. We graduated June 5th and got married June 7th.
What year was that?
1980.
1980.
38 years ago. And then I immediately said, let's go, we're going to Los Gatos.
So you've been married 38 years?
Yes.
I know Kim.
Yes.
I have to, truth in advertising.
Good.
I know Kim. I love Kim. She's gorgeous. You have
Yes, she is.
two handsome and gorgeous kids, son and a daughter.
Thank you.
And 2 cute dogs.
Thank you. Thank you. We've got 3 dogs now.
Oh, I haven't met the third one yet.
And our kids are 29 and 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you ever imagine you'd be sitting here in a suit, just coming from a Santa Clara County Board of Supervisors meeting? I mean, was that your plan all the time? Because weren't you a psychology major?
I went into college to be a business major, didn't do so well, switched to economics, didn't like that so much, got into psychology, I liked that a lot. That's where I met Kim, she was in psychology as well. Then when we got out of school and moved back here, I got into property management, data processing, and opened a baseball card shop that benefited children for 14 years on Santa Cruz Avenue across from Safeway.
What was it called?
Collector's Corner 2. We ran it on a not-for-profit basis. We donated off all of our profits to children's shelters and children-based organizations. And we did that for 14 years. Then I got into coaching. I coached baseball, softball, basketball, football for boys and girls in Los Gatos for 10 years.
Including your kids?
Including my kids.
Were you hard on them?
And I was hard on, I was hard on them. I expected more from them.
I know.
That way you can't be accused of playing favorites, Lisa.
Yeah.
So that's what happened there.
They ever come home and say, Dad, Dad?
Yes, and a couple of times I assigned the coaching, I remember, of my son to my assistant coach. I said, you correct him, you get on him, I'll take care of the others.
Oh my goodness.
And after doing that for 10 years, my kids then came to Los Gatos High School for their sports. My daughter starred on the back-to-back-to-back CCS champion field hockey team. She was the goalie. And my son starred on the basketball and water polo teams here. And since I was no longer a coach, that's when I decided to get into politics. It was, back in 2002, Lisa, and I ran for Los Gatos Town Council.
And weren't you on town council for like 8 years?
Yes.
You were mayor?
2 terms, and I was mayor twice. And during my time, I'm happy to say, I brought, along with the other council members, brought the new Los Gatos Library.
Which I love.
Absolutely fantastic. It's LEED certified as far as environmentally friendly. Also, the Los Gatos Police Station on Los Gatos Boulevard, did the ribbon cutting for that. And one of my fondest memories, the soccer field at Larkin University. When I was mayor and a former coach, I realized more kids in Los Gatos played soccer than baseball, basketball, and football combined. Yet Los Gatos was the only city in Santa Clara County that didn't have a soccer field. So we bought the land from Verizon during one of the bubble bursts, one of the recessions, and converted it. And it's used 360 days a year.
What was the big issue when you were mayor? And what year would that have been?
I was mayor in 2004 and again in 2008.
So what was the troubling thing? You go home to Kim at night and say, oh my goodness.
Well, we had a civic center master plan with this the library and police and all this grand stuff, but no money. So fortunately, during my time on council, this little company came into Los Gatos and did the ribbon cutting called Netflix.
I've heard of them.
You might have heard of them.
I've heard of them.
Okay. Well, Netflix at that time had a business model that mailed out CDs.
Yes.
Okay, for movies.
We all know.
Well, and charged sales tax. And sales tax comes to the city or the town in this case. So Los Gatos, when Netflix opened up and was mailing out, the sales tax revenue came to Los Gatos that provided an additional about $4 million a year of unexpected revenue. And it was from those monies that when the recession hit, Los Gatos didn't have to lay off anybody, was able to keep our library open, to do things like that. And with the additional dollars, was able to build the new police station, was able to build the new library, was able to build the soccer field. The hard part was trying to do so much for so many. Los Gatos is only 30,000 people, and I say only 30,000 because as a county supervisor, I now have 2 million residents that I'm concerned about, 400,000 in my district, our district.
With Gilroy, San Martin, Los
Morgan
Gatos,
Hill.
Morgan Hill, can't forget, I used to live there, I can't forget about Montecito,
Yep.
and then part of San Jose.
250,000 people in San Jose.
Wow.
So yes, all 5 cities. And so it was the day-to-day issues. How do you provide more services, quality service? We wanted to be the employer of choice. We wanted the best police people to come here, the best planners to come here, the best roads maintenance people to come here. So you had to pay them appropriately. But it all worked out.
Well, they needed to be paid appropriately to buy a house here.
Yes.
Sorry, I
was
brought
easier.
that up.
No, that was easier back then
Yeah.
than it is now. Things are beyond crazy right now.
And as a resident now, what part of town do you live in? Are there different town names or different neighborhoods, I guess?
Yes, yes.
So what part of town do you live
The
in?
Almond Grove district.
All right.
Okay, where you've got Tate and Massal and Broadway.
Oh.
There's also the Broadway area. I live on Broadway. My wife and I lived at 123 Tate, which I always thought was a great number, in 1982. And in 1984, we moved over to Broadway. And we live in the Broadway Historic District. And we've been there for 34 years now.
Wow. Did your kids stay here or have they left?
One has left, one has stayed. Our son is in the finance world. He's up in San Francisco. And our daughter is a stylist on Santa Cruz Avenue at Los Gatos Beauty Bar. They are both very happy doing what they're doing. He's a math guy, she's an artist, and they're both happy doing what they're doing, Lisa, which I think, as you know, is any parent's wish.
And does she do your hair?
And she does my hair. I've got an appointment with her tomorrow on my birthday.
I hope you're a good tipper.
And I'm a good tipper. Rihanna, a wonderful woman, is one of the co-owners
All right.
of her salon.
So since we're in Los Gatos right now, I mean,
Yes.
where's you just had an anniversary.
Yes,
So what's the restaurant you go to for an anniversary dinner?
Forbes Mill. We go into Forbes Mill. Bryant, the general manager, comes over and says hi to us. We get set at a table. Ken, the waiter, comes over. The bartender, Max, brings out a little drink, knows what we want. That's our go-to place.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I mean, do you have time to eat dinner? Because I see you every place. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You are all over the place. When are you ever home?
Not very often. Not very often, Lisa. My district, our district, Los Gatos, Montecito, is 700 square miles. The county's 1,300. Our District 1 alone is more than half because each of us represent the same number of people. I have 400,000 constituents. The 4 other supervisors that I serve with also have 400,000, but District 1 is so spread out. When I first got on the board, it went from Lick Observatory at the end of San Antonio Valley Road down to Silver Creek in the Villages, San Jose, Los Gatos, Morgan Hill, San Martin, Gilroy down to Hollister.
Wow.
And so one of the reasons that I'm not around very often is I interact with 5 different cities, councils and mayors, different Rotary clubs, different service groups, and it takes time to get to all those places, but I love it.
We know. In fact, I need to tell you, I have never heard anybody say a nasty word about you.
Oh, thank you.
Everybody loves you. I mean, not a nasty word. Everything they say is wonderful. I have never heard anything disparaging about you. So you're doing something right.
Thank
you are every place. I mean, you work so hard.
Thank you.
And sometimes you take him,
I do.
sometimes you don't.
Yes. When I've got an event, Lisa, that's a dinner event, let's say, I invite her along, and whenever she comes. But sometimes I'm presenting commendations, or sometimes I'm giving the speech. One event I was at, we sat together at the front table, but I was up on the stage doing some presentation to Man of the Year, Woman of the Year, whatever it was. And I got dessert, but my dinner came and went.
Hey, I've lost
But that
MC
happens.
jobs to you.
There,
Oh, no, we don't need
No.
you. We have Mike Wasserman. Okay.
Yeah, everybody needs a Lissa Kreisler.
Oh, thank you so
Absolutely.
much. Hey,
You've been fabulous for years.
Thank
and
you.
for those that don't know, and I'm not quite sure where the camera is, but this is Hall of Famer Lissa Kreisler.
Thank you.
You bet.
Now I'm blushing. Have you been up to Lick Observatory? Because you mentioned it. You at one time covered that area.
Yes.
Have you gone up there
Yes.
since it opened to the public?
Oh, no. I think you mean Mount Umunhum.
Do I mean Mount Umunhum?
Yes. Lick Observatory is the far north end of the county that I no longer represent. Okay. I went up there quarterly.
Yes.
Mount Umunhum is in my
I
district.
did mean Mount Umunhum.
Yes.
Have you gone up there?
They have. I've not gone up there yet since they've had the opening. The Open Space
I
District
haven't either.
acquired. They built a very, very expensive road so the public can do that. It was closed previously because of the military, but it is open now.
Yes.
And they had a special first day open and a VIP elected officials. I was at a place in San Martin doing a trash bash, a trash pickup on that day, so I couldn't come. But I will get up there.
So county supervisors, you're going for your third term.
Yes.
Is that third term's it?
Yes.
Okay.
The board voted term limits of 3 4-year terms. I'm in the final year of my second 4-year term, and I'm up for re-election on the June ballot, and happy to say I'm unopposed. So
I understand that.
God willing, I'll win in June
I
and
understand
be able to
that.
serve for another 4.5 years.
And then what will you do? You could retire early and just
Yeah.
hang around town,
Yeah.
but I don't think you will.
No, Lisa, I used to be Fisher Middle School's 7th, 8th, and 9th grade boys basketball coach,
Yeah.
and that was one of the happiest years of my
bet.
life. And I think in 4.5 years when I retire, I'm going to ask if Fisher will take me back,
I think they might.
and I think go back and offer to teach boys basketball again.
Oh, how fun would
Yeah.
that be? How
Yeah.
fun would that be?
Also, who knows if my kids get married, if I have grandkids. I know you've got
Oh.
at least one.
I have two.
You have 2
I
grandchildren.
had one born on July 4th.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so that way I'll never forget her birthday like I ever would.
there you go.
But always have a
And
celebration.
I hear how wonderful it is to have grandkids.
It's amazing.
So that'll be great. And we do have 3 dogs. And
I
my wife
know.
Kim competes with the dogs.
Oh, yeah?
So I plan on being a Sherpa, setting up the tent, scooping the poop, videotaping, and watching them perform.
And always with a smile.
Yes.
I have never seen you without a smile.
Well, back at you, lady.
Well, okay, that's why we get along so well, I
There you
guess.
go.
So, what do we think for Los Gatos? You got any special vision that you wish? And you're not on town council anymore, but maybe you want a collector card store to come back.
Los Gatos, like all of Santa Clara County, I think is in for some rough waters.
In terms of,
Federal funding, what's coming this way, what funds we can count on. At the county, 3/4 of our budget comes from the federal government and the state government. And depending on what projects are cut or what things are done, we're expecting our funding to be reduced dramatically, in which case we have to cut services. The town of Los Gatos relies on state money, federal money, sales tax. We've been 9 years of a boom. You and I have been around enough to see a few booms and busts and bubble burstings.
yes.
And when that happens, there's a lot of tough decisions to make. But Los Gatos settled in here in the mountains. It's wonderful to be here in the mountains, but then summer comes along and there's the traffic issue. It's wonderful to be small, but because you're small, the demand far exceeds the supply for housing.
Right.
And I don't see how my kids will ever be able to afford to buy a home here. When Kim and I came here in 1982, came back
Yeah.
in 1982, we bought, as I mentioned, 2 homes. We bought a home on Tate, 123. We also bought 121. It was 2 homes, Lisa, on 1 parcel.
Okay.
So we lived in the front house, a Queen Anne Victorian from the 1880s.
Wow.
We rented out the back house to 2 teachers. The entire property, both homes, $140,000.
I was hoping you were going to give me the price, $140,000.
So our homes cost us $70,000 each.
It's all relative.
We worked at Montgomery Wards for $13,000 a year and bought our 2 homes.
Nothing
So-
like it now.
No.
Well, there's no monkey wards
No.
anymore
Thank
either.
you.
So
Thank you.
there you go.
Thank you.
You ever miss that
But
job?
times
yeah,
are different.
times are so very different, and we all worry about our kids. I mean, my youngest daughter moved to Lodi to buy a house.
Yep.
So
Yep.
there you have
Yet
it.
there's plenty of people here. A house goes up, sale pending, and then you see sold.
Yes.
So there's people with money,
Yeah.
money doing that. But there's a lot of issues coming in the county and in the town of Los Gatos. But as usual, we'll get through them. And we have quality people, solving our problems. and it'll be okay.
And heck, in 4.5 years, you can go back on town council.
There you go. There you go.
But we can't end on a serious note.
Okay.
So where do you like to hang out? Not just a restaurant, but where do you like to walk the dogs? Neighborhood or Lake Vasona?
Definitely walk the dogs through the neighborhood, through the town, go across the Main Street Bridge, walk around. When I was on Los Gatos, I was told there are more dogs in Los Gatos than children. And once a year, I used to declare Los Gatos, Los Perros. Okay? And we had costume judging and all the rest. But I'll tell you, Lisa, one of the best things for Kim and I, get home, get on our couch, turn on the fireplace, the dogs jump up on the couch and snuggle in with us, and we must have about 20 hours of recorded shows because I'm not home to see them live, and we sit there, and then we say, let's go for a yogurt. And we walk down a couple of blocks and we get a yogurt. I may stop by the hardware store on the way back, drop something off in the post office. Being in Los Gatos is wonderful.
Yeah.
Being downtown is idyllic.
Yes.
I asked my wife, do you want to downsize? Do you want to move? Do you want to travel or go anywhere? She says no, I say no. Everybody that's able to live here is spoiled.
Yes.
It's just challenging.
It is, but it's a wonderful place.
It's
such a community.
It's wonderful.
And everybody knows your name. I bet everybody knows your name. Do you get to walk around without somebody stopping you?
I do. I do once in a while, a little less now because I'm at the county. Not as many people are aware of what the county does as compared to the town. But back in 2002, we stole a slogan from 1952. And instead of "We Like Ike," we did "We Like Mike." And I'm very proud to live up to that. And one of the biggest compliments I've received is people say I have a head for numbers and a heart for people. And trying to do that each day, and I know your heart is huge.
Well,
You're emceeing, often free of charge, for so many nonprofits.
it's our New York blood
and
in
helping
us.
them out. That's exactly. Give and give and give.
Yeah, well, it's amazing. I'm so glad to have you sitting next to me.
Thank you.
I adore you. I guess
you.
I'm not supposed to say that, but I
Back at
do.
you.
I do. And good luck. And I hope I see you and Kim walking the dogs.
Thank you.
And I'll come. What TV shows do you watch?
Thank you.
Any I would like?
Oh, we watch shows about cops and shows about attorneys and now firemen and police and all the rest. But
Station 19.
you may see my Station 19.
I
KCAT.
love it. Okay.
Oh.
And well, yes, KCAT TV 15.
Yes, 15
You'll be
as well.
watching yourself one
Yeah.
of these days.
Good.
Oh.
Good.
Santa Clara County Supervisor Mike Wasserman, Los Gatos resident, a head for numbers and a heart for people. Definitely describes this man. Community storytelling, I think we heard a whole bunch right now. And I bet you've got another one for us. Nominate yourself, nominate someone at kcat.org. It is so easy to do. Janice McCabe nominated you. She went on the website. It was that easy.
Thank you, Janice. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, KCAT.
And we will see you again right here, Community Storytelling on KCAT TV 15.